Yeah. Hi,
Back in
everyone.
school.
I'm Bill Paxton. Not really. May he rest in peace. May he bless his soul, hero to all of us. But I'm starting this episode. Starting this episode with a little bit. I'm just gonna take umbrage with you, Sir AJ. Last week we started it with me saying you look just like Coconut Pete. I stand by that. Um, and AJ, you brought a lot of joy to my life. You're one of my dearest friends. But here, I'm just going to bring something up to you. I want everyone to know. I want everyone to know. I am terrified, okay, of the Midwest because of tornadoes. AJ, for years now, for years, Mr. I live in Nebraska and I haven't seen a tornado since 1996, blah, 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 blah. The second the Twisters trailer comes out and it's like, this is the most Midwest thing. So which one is it, AJ? Which one? Are there tornadoes or are there not tornadoes?
I saw Wallace Shawn die. Wallace Shawn is dead.
It's 2 minutes for roping.
I like that. You're a jabroni.
Woo-hoo!
Hi, everyone.
Ladies and
AJ, I love you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Wednesday night. It's what the show. My name is AJ Lancaster. I'm one of the co-hosts, and it's actually there used to be tornadoes, but then climate change happened. We had one tornado thing ever since, like in the past 10 years in this city.
Feeling salty?
No.
Y'all, Juice finally made it tonight. Remember how he was running late last week? He's finally here. He finally made it from last week.
He was in
Yeah,
line
I
getting
finally
great
made it.
autograph in Chicago.
He was. Speaking of the great Midwest. Also, this is my hot take. This isn't even a hot take, but for the map, everyone just remember the Midwest. Here we go, Tornado Alley right there. Texas,
Yes.
Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska. Okay. Their little Dakota top hats. This is my hot take about the Midwest. I think the Midwest is the South, but nicer.
It's not nicer.
I think that Midwestern people are nicer than
politer.
Southern people. Yeah. Like a nice Midwestern mom, loveliest person you'll ever meet. I'm getting some people to
You've never worked customer service in this part of the country.
no, that's fair. I guess you probably met some really terrible Midwestern people. And there was that viral video of that lady who was really mad that on Packers Sunday she went to the Oshkosh, whatever, Bagosh,
Yeah, the candle city?
mall to get her candle or whatever.
I think like when it comes to like average, well, I don't know, because I think the South's the same way. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's more like passive aggressiveness.
You think in the Midwest?
Yeah.
I will say though,
The
like
South will probably be a little more straightforward.
from when we worked at Universal, like when we dealt with people from they typically like if we had Vikings fans or Packers fans or Bears fans, they were usually really cool. Like most of the people from the middle, that part of the country tended to be very nice.
The two of you are real swell gentlemen. So for my anecdotal experience, when I went to Minneapolis, I was like, these people are lovely. I love this. These are great people.
I do
But I
have
wasn't
to
really-
say something though. That Twisters trailer that came out today, is that the one that played ahead of the Fall Guy?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
That's
Played on Phantom Menace.
Yes, we saw it ahead of Phantom Menace. That's correct.
Fall Guy had the old one, but we saw we saw Fall Guy on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So maybe if you saw Fall Guy when it officially
Came
released,
out.
it might have had the new one. But we saw Phantom Menace on Saturday, and this new one
Because
was
both
on
of
that.
us turned to each other and went, ooh, new trailer.
Yeah.
So this is why I ask, is by not telling me about this trailer, you have given me the pure joy that honestly, as an adult, I'm unfamiliar with. You gave me the joy of Santa Claus today.
Aw,
Well, my parents know.
for you.
The Santa Claus thing, you gave me that by just not saying a single
Keeping it
thing
up.
about the best movie trailer of all time.
We were saying earlier, we love that it dropped like an old school movie. It really
It
was
was
the
in theaters
90s. It was
first.
in theaters first, and then they dropped it online. That like never happens anymore. So kudos to Universal, Comcast Daddy. We salute you.
Speaking of
that's great.
Yeah, speaking of twisters, I said I try to do this every week. I will give our quick update for the fantasy football standings. As of today, Justin the Juice is picking second with Taro.
Woo! Attaboy, Juice!
And Moose is picking first with the Fall Guy. I got the most hilarious message from Moose because last year Moose had the machine and was just dead on arrival, and he's like, "Of course it fucking flopped." It's just because I got it. The damn movie.
Yeah, Moose getting it in fantasy is why the Fall Guy's not performing
So
as it should be.
Any movie next year, if you find out that Mark Moose Haas has been selected, you are representing him for our fantasy football game, just move out of the summer. Just push your movie back.
Also, everyone go see The Fall Guy because it genuinely is a really good movie, and I'm sad that it's not making more. And again, it's not like a flop, but it's not doing great.
It's got to make 150 to break even.
Next year, Moose. Thunderbolts.
It'll be number 1. Not Thunderbolts, Fall Guy.
Also, we've all determined, again, Twisters hasn't even come out yet, and I'm like, I really think AJ's fucking onto something.
Yeah.
I really think AJ's fucking onto something every time he does the box office prediction.
I'm doing Twisters.
It's going to be it's going to be the greatest movie of this or any other year.
I mean,
I love how hard you're going for Twisters.
Whoa!
AJ.
I mean, Moonfall exists, buddy.
Listen, but Glenn
Could you
possibly stop the natural disaster that is tornadoes? I mean, it's a big deal.
Fire tornadoes? That's unnatural. And Glenn Powell's there, right?
Okay.
But he's not in for the science. He's in it for the money.
We need Donald Sutherland in a Walmart, the Walmart
like a greeter.
Wheel? No, not a wheelchair, but the carts, the Walmart carts that you can sit in and ride. We need we need a whole Walmart blow up tornado scene, and you get Donald Sutherland trying to get away as fast as he can on a little tornado, and then
instantly on the
and give him $1 million.
Give him $1 million. One scene he says 2 lines
on his Walmart cart, and they're like, "What do you want from this?"
In a Walmart, and then he gets whirled away.
The level of hype I have for this movie is previously unseen. I'm so ridiculously excited for Twisters. It's going to fundamentally change my personality for several years. I already told Mark the Moose Haas that I'm going to be on their Extra Movie Butter podcast, wearing a cowboy hat and aviator glasses. I know that's an audio only podcast.
But you have to get into the vibes. You have to theme it. And I respect that about you, AJ, 100%.
I like small vehicles. I might buy a pickup truck after this movie.
You're like, it's going to be a bit to park, but I'm committing to the bit.
Yep.
Love it.
I'm a pickup truck.
My Honda Civic is as big of a car as I've ever owned. I'm looking at an F-150.
I fucking can't. I have driven a pickup truck a time or two in my life, and I wouldn't recommend. But you know what, AJ? I think that you would look excellent behind the wheel of one. So if that's your dream, live it. Are you gonna wear a cowboy hat and a white T-shirt and go out in the rain? And I'd be like, yeah, buddy.
And aviators. I need aviators.
I'm trying.
Even if a tornado is coming, if it's dark and stormy, you wear them sunglasses.
With my 98 Ford Ranger, I'm trying to think when the tire blew and I span over and almost died. Did it try to kill me or did it save my life? Which happened?
You're still here, to tell the tale. So,
Juice, you want to hunt tornadoes with me?
Yeah. If you want to go become tornado hunters, why
Sure.
do I really support this? I say,
Let's do it.
I mean, for your safety, I don't support it, but I feel like the two of you, it would make such a great, shtick. It would make a great
podcast
content or something,
All right, who would be the best team to assemble around Juice and AJ because you like if you're gonna be doing that, you need more than 2. So like, give me
Yeah,
a
that's why you guys are coming with us.
Are you? No, not this
She
girl.
won't.
Are you doing
Yeah.
it for the love of the game or the love of the tornado hunting? Or are you doing it for the money? You know what
We're
I mean?
doing it for the science. We're not doing it for the money.
Oh, doing it for the science. All right, so he's in it for the
We need like
meteorology.
a good, yeah. We need
I
like a
did always
good,
say,
like
though,
smart person.
Adam Collins would be a great
Yeah.
tornado.
He'd be a great tornado.
Ooh.
ranger.
Okay. Yeah.
Adam Collins would be
Sneaky
perfect
Yeah.
for that.
We
They're
need the.
even thinking
Well, I guess I'm the goofy guy.
the
Yeah.
girl who is
The goofy
terrified of
sidekick.
tornadoes
Should be
becoming a
there.
should be there because I'd be the person who was like, I went to meteorology and made it my life because I grew up terrified of that. I mean, it's basically kind of Helen Hunt's story in the first movie. Like she was like very scarred by one when she was little, and then was like, but I will learn everything about them, and they can't scare me anymore.
But what I love about this movie is that she's like she's been through it all. She's retired to desk work. She's seen too much in the field. Daisy Edgar Jones is a very young 25 years old at this moment.
Mhm.
Doesn't like Mark Canopic have like a big like science?
Mark
Yeah.
Canopic gives off tornado wrangling vibes 100%. We can make that happen.
It's like Adam
Yeah.
She's on the. She's
And then let's
get
just
her
get
in
Dan
that
Merle.
Ford F-150.
Yeah.
And Dan.
and Dan. Yeah,
Dan.
and 5. We'll throw in Marisol there. 6. AJ,
Now
AJ
here's
and I, the 2 couples.
And the
so
two
they're
couples.
in the lead truck, right? They're in the
Mhm.
lead truck, right?
You guys are
And
the
the
right
four
one
of
back
us,
in the
The
back.
4 of us are in the back.
Yeah.
It's tornado
So
truck.
are we like the documentary, like the people filming it?
And you 2 follow like safely behind. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just filming from I'm zooming in.
So-
Wow.
oh, it's
So-
coming. Okay, never mind.
And the storm cellar.
And I think AJ has to be the one who's like setting up whatever equipment is needed to be. Like you definitely are.
He's
The,
drilling the truck.
Like,
Yeah,
into
I'll do the
ground.
Dorothy thing.
Yeah, you're like the like the
you're the muscle.
like in like Jumanji or whatever when they
I'm not-
like meet the guy that's been there for like ever. Like you're like the Robin Williams. You're like, I know these streets.
I can do this.
Juice is the guy in the trailer going twins. while he's
I like got
filming.
on the wrong plane,
Juice.
and that's why I'm here.
Juice's twins guy. I'm Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah, I see that. You are Philip Seymour Hoffman, Juice's
Yeah.
twins guy, 100%.
Do we like before Twisters come out like have to
Why
do
do
a
I-
Twister watch along?
Why do I weirdly want to get together to watch Twisters before?
I'm
Do we need to
kind
take a
of
trip
down.
to watch Twisters together? Not in the Midwest, because they certainly can't watch that
No,
movie
we
and then
have-
go out in the
That is the
Midwest.
best place to watch it.
We're like in Oklahoma, and I'm like, fuck, this is too
Spins
meta.
a chair.
We're not going to Oklahoma. No,
God, no.
nobody
Yeah.
should ever do that.
Juice is in the Midwest, but like a safer part. Let's go to Wisconsin.
Right.
Graph
Let me
is
pull the
too
map
tornado-y
back
for
up.
me.
Because we don't. We're just cold. Like it just
Yeah,
gets
it's
cold.
Cold. You're chill
Yeah.
there. You're not in Tornado Alley. We can go watch it there. That's fine.
So
And
pull
we can eat
the
some
map.
Whiskers. Great.
So I'm in Nebraska. So I see Oklahoma down there, and then
Yeah.
Arkansas
Yeah.
and Mississippi. That's Tornado Alley.
Yeah.
I'm in Nebraska.
Nebraska is also in Tornado Alley, AJ.
No, it's
you
not.
cannot gaslight me on this.
We wanted to be cool like that, but we are not cool like that.
You are cool like that.
Um,
Let's go to Wisconsin. I feel safer there.
During the summer, 100%.
It's a lovely place
Manson?
in the summer.
Go to Wisconsin.
Wisconsin?
Yeah.
When does this come out again? July trip to Wisconsin.
Like the
I actually have already put in for the
flight
day
to
off.
Wisconsin. Probably actually very expensive.
I would assume that's probably not the cheapest
When I
flight.
flew to Minnesota, it wasn't that bad, and they're like neighbors, so it's fine.
So this comes out in 2.5 months,
That's
basically.
plenty of time to plan out. I do feel like we need to do a watch along to
Twister.
Twister before.
I already took the day it came out. I already took it off.
Wow.
Like I saw the trailer and I took the day off.
When is the day that it comes out?
July
The
19th.
is 20. Yeah.
The
I did it
19th of
earlier.
July.
Yep.
All right, let's see what a flight to.
So I took the 18th off.
We come back. It's not. I also just literally put in Wisconsin, so it's giving me different cities options. It's not cheap.
No,
When does it come out?
July.
July
When?
July
I'm gonna be in
19th.
18th, 19th.
Yeah, so it'll come out like.
I'm gonna be
Now
in
they're
D-
coming out
I,
on Wednesdays.
I fly to DC on the 20th of July.
We could go up to Virginia, and that's an easy drive. We've done that before. AJ?
I don't want to do that again.
You want to drive on over to Virginia to watch Twisters? How much do you
Watch
want
it
to see Twisters?
during the week of the 21st, like 21st to the 27th.
Who wouldn't? You know?
I
Virginia.
can't take the full weekend because I already have some other traveling plans and
I'll allow it, I guess.
PTO.
I guess what we're really going to probably have to do is I'll go try to see it around the same time, and then we get out, we can talk about it.
Yes.
But we do need to all watch Twister together because that is feasible to do on the interwebs and stream.
We
Yeah.
could watch Twister on Pleasure Island. The
An island of pleasure.
Pleasure.
Last week, everyone got to hear about my foray. Well, Juice didn't, but everyone else got to hear about my foray into Club Dread. I now have actually watched it because we willed it to happen to be
The very next day it came on Tubi.
That's a night bitch if I've ever heard one. And I now have seen it. I would say, what did I rank it? A 3.5 out of 10. Mike asked me how much of that is due to Coconut Pete, and I said all 3.5. All. I could do without the rest of the movie, but I do enjoy Coconut Pete. Thank you, Bill Paxton. May you rest in peace.
I thought Jay Sean DeCoste, I can never say his last name. I
Yeah.
thought that he was the second best character in that movie by far. Like
Oh, I didn't
when
Sam Levine in it.
Sam Levine just harassing him the whole
It
time.
was great. Love that.
and after Sam Levine dies and he's like so satisfied that he's dead.
Yeah. And they're all like,
He
"You're
starts
gotta be the
acting
killer."
like the
And he's
killer.
trying to take that guy. Yeah, that bit is kind of funny. I'm gonna give Club Dread that. But
I did a little digging. I actually found something out that I thought was pretty cool. So it turned out that Jay, however you say his last name, I don't want to try to butcher it, actually directed one of the 2 episodes of Undeclared that Sam Levine was on, and I'm pretty damn certain that's probably how Sam Levine wound up in Club Dread.
there's a good chance of that.
Chandra Sakar.
Chandra
I need-
Star guy.
Every once in a while I need to look at it so I can
His
phonetic it.
if you go into his IMDb, the amount of TV shows that man has directed episodes of is insane.
Also, segue. Speaking of Sam Levine, the Tom Brady roast,
Oh yeah.
which he was present at. That was my segue into it. Who watched what bits? I did not watch the whole thing, but I watched them. But I heard that apparently they've edited out the Kim Kardashian
Getting
boob,
booed.
which is like it's a fucking roast. Everyone is saying bad stuff about people. Her little feelings can't handle getting booed.
yeah. But they kept it in the jokes. Juice, did you see any of this or
No.
no?
Tom
Oh,
Brady.
It's
man.
it's long. It's worth watching, but you can find a lot of the individual jokes like cut out.
The best bit is definitely the Gronk Bitcoin bit.
Yeah, oh,
It's
yeah.
the funniest thing.
So Tom, you lost $30 million in crypto. How dumb are you? Even Gronk was like, "Me know that not real money."
Gronk's intelligence is just insulted the entire
The
time,
entire
and
3
it's
hours.
pretty funny. I'm not
He got ripped on so much.
Bill Belichick coming in with the savage line about him being like, "Please quit your job,
Don't do your job. Do somebody
do
else's
somebody
job.
else's job." Anyone
Somebody
else?
else's job.
It was great. Honestly, I pretty much only watched.
I showed her like probably I'll say maybe 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Ish.
I watched a little bit, but I watched, I think, probably the best bit.
I showed
Did
her
you-
all of Nick there.
Did you see the Tom's actual response to the roast at the end?
I did, yeah.
I did not.
I saw the whole thing, so
Spoilers for anybody who wants to watch it later. He did have I think actually my favorite joke of the night with Kim was worried about being here tonight, not because of the insults or anything like that, but because the kids are at home with their dad.
That's
was
pretty good. I'm gonna give him that one. That's good. That's funny.
Like I loved the roast until I didn't, because the end of it turned into a fucking Patriots love fest, and at that point I was like, okay, you've outworn what I watched you for. The
You had
first
to
like
know
85%.
that would
Yeah, I knew it was gonna happen, but the first 85% of it where they're just going into each other is, fantastic. But then when it turns into we're the greatest of all time, then it's like, I'm done with this.
Yeah. Kind of felt a little fratty at some points, but
I mean, look at who was there.
Yeah.
But Sam, I spotted Sam Levine during the show, and I actually messaged him like, "Oh, I saw him there." And then when, obviously anybody who follows Sam and Rachel on Instagram, they got hooked up. Like with not only apparently Jeff Ross got them in, and they sat with Seth Green and Dane Cook.
Yeah,
and then got to hang out with the entire cast afterwards. So, and I just learned now. I did not know how big of a Patriots fan Rachel is apparently. So she lost her mind.
I mean, it makes sense that she would be.
But Sam, if I'm not mistaken, is a Bears fan because I know he's a Cubs fan. I know for a fact he's a diehard Cubs fan.
right. I would assume.
Pretty certain it's Bears too for him, but
Bears,
yeah.
Everyone should just be a Lions fan. Personally, in my humble opinion.
I changed our Friends and Family Football League name to get Dan Campbell a real Lion.
In that, yeah, living in that.
He deserves it. He deserves only nice things.
In that
region
league or whatever region, yeah, that. Yeah, Packers fans suck. Bears fans suck.
So all these things.
Lions fans are just depressed.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's funny. I remember the only words in person that I've said to Sam Levine. I went up to him at the little Mark Riley private party that I self-invited myself to, invited to,
still iconic,
and just tagged along. The only words I said to Sam and Rachel was, "I'm sorry for Jacob Woodney." They're like, "We just hope he had fun." Eat it.
Fourth round draft pick, Jacob Woodney, wasn't
Fourth round draft pick, everybody. He was taken in the same round as Roca.
Same draft capital.
That's so good. I love that.
So good.
We did actually that after the event. We actually got to talk to Sam and Rachel for a little while. Actually, towards the end of the evening, they were absolutely lovely people to us. So
Yeah.
big fan. They were as nice as you could ask them to be.
Yes, they were super sweet, honestly.
But I'm going to tell you what, when you're watching Club Dread, and it's been a good 10 years since you've seen Club Dread, and nobody warns you that there's a surprise Sam Levine.
And young Sam Levine.
You know, he
looks so young.
It hits. Go ahead.
Have you guys watched Not Another Teen Movie?
Yes.
Like recently?
It's been a minute.
Since we've known Sam Levine?
No, but I remember his
known of
character.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. They really reach for Roca.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
I actually did go and watch. I watched all of Freaks and Geeks and Undeclared, and I forgot he was in Undeclared, but he's only in for 2 episodes. But since we've been in the Schmodown circle, but yeah, wow, when he was first breaking into things, which is all of these are around the same time frame. He, if I'm not mistaken, he and I are about the same age, and he looks like he's 12, even though he's at the time of filming Freaks and Geeks, he's probably 18, 19, and he's playing what, like a 14-year-old or a 15-year-old?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably.
He's playing a freshman, so
so that's got to be.
And looking at the guy, he could still play 10
Sam
years younger
probably
than he does.
Yeah,
I would assume he's still getting carded in some places. They don't know who he is, because he still looks pretty young.
Face,
he still looks pretty young.
The facial hair probably helps him a little bit, but he does have a baby face. I just want everyone to know that I have freaking Pleasure Island stuck in my head, and that annoys me so much.
The island of pleasure. Have another drink.
Juice, I'm really going to need you to get on the Club Dread bandwagon that apparently the rest of us are on.
I have not seen it. Yeah.
I don't
Seen
know.
the period or
No, never.
You're not really missing the movie.
So,
but
I had to Google it.
What I will say is Coconut Pete. Have you seen that man? Is he not the most AJ Lancaster human being you've ever seen on planet Earth? I looked at one photo of this man and I said, that's AJ. That's AJ vibes.
Like, okay.
Just Google Coconut Pete.
Google Coconut Pete.
I was gonna say.
Tell me that is not AJ.
That's Bill Paxton.
It's Bill Paxton, which is amazing. First off,
Yeah.
the way that he makes himself
Oh,
look at
nice.
Bill Paxton recorded 5
That's
songs
great.
for this movie.
Yes, you sure did. And you know what? They're kind of bops.
They're catchy as hell.
Yeah. If we just dropped AJ off on like a Hawaiian island and just said live, thrive.
The fact that he
That's all I'm saying. All right, AJ, live.
Yeah, go.
the fact that he has entire year-long gaps in his memory just because I partied really hard in '78.
And then you watch the movie and you're like, shit, this is really AJ.
Nice.
I don't remember recording that song.
So basically, he is a version of like a Jimmy Buffett.
Jimmy
type
Buffett wanted to
character.
be him.
But Jimmy Buffett wanted to be him. He
yeah.
was first.
Yeah.
He was first, to be clear. And the movie is, I don't know, you're a boy, so you might find it better than I did. But
It's a product of its era. That's for certain.
It certainly is.
It is
But
aggressively
the coconut
horny
piece
in
of
a
it all is
13-year-old
worth
boy
watching.
way.
The songs
The songs are like
are kind of bops.
there's 5 songs that are released, and 4 of them are fairly serious, and one of them is just absolutely ridiculous.
Can I request a cover of a Coconut Pete song? For
Can
the
you do a
guitar?
guitar cover of Naughty Cal?
Whatever you need from us to make that happen, Juice, we are requesting it.
I'm gonna watch this movie.
I-
What's it on?
Tubi.
It's on Tubi if you want
It's on
weird,
Tubi, yeah.
weird interruption commercials like Pretty Litter while you watch it.
So when you watch it on mobile, you don't get the actual ads. It just stops, and I'm not joking. Every 3 minutes, and gives a 15-second "We'll be right back" purple screen. So
we watched it.
I bought it on Amazon Prime.
You probably could have gotten the DVD for cheaper.
Honestly,
I have one device that plays physical media, and
Okay.
for that device, I own a sealed copy of the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Wow. That is pretty fantastic.
Thank you to our friends at Bite Size Breakdown for.
Did you win the contest? Nice. What up, Paige? What up, Amaru? Thank you.
that is fantastic.
I
love
have
that.
also I've been trying to give that movie away to a friend or like their kids or something like that for a like 6 months, and then I bought a PS5. I
There
was
is
like,
still
well, I
in
have a
packaging.
thing. So
I think the next physical media you need to own then is Club Dread.
I think so. If I could get that bundled with the 1993 Super Mario Brothers movie,
Then it's a
because
win.
Club Dread is closer to the 1993 Super Mario Brothers movie than the 2023 Super Mario Brothers movie.
It's true. Do you think also maybe we need to get you Twister and Twisters when it inevitably comes out on 4K Blu-ray?
I'm sure they'll come with my hat.
It's in that. When you buy the red truck, it's just in the red truck. It's in the passenger seat. They're
It's
like,
in the
here you
glove
go,
box.
here's your Twisters.
They give it to you with the gun.
I think that these are real possible options. I just want to say something. Speaking of movies, we went and saw Challengers. Great film, loved it, 10 out of 10. But I think we mentioned obviously our thoughts and feelings on it. I was thinking about this the other day. Some of the product placement makes sense because it's like a tennis movie, and so you're like, yeah, they would have product placement because like tennis players have product placements, blah blah blah. But honestly, this movie may have had more product placement than Transformers. And that's really fucking saying something. Like every 2 seconds, I was like, look at that Pepsi label. Just and like, oh, look at that. And I was like, this movie has so many product placements. And no one is discussing this And I feel like it just needs to be brought up.
Okay, so you might have actually just sold me on seeing Challengers, because one of my favorite things is seeing in a movie theater. And well, it's sitting in a movie theater and laughing at something that nobody else in the theater is laughing.
Right, that nobody gets why you're laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like keeping that game to myself.
I'd recommend it. I'm going to need you to count because there was a lot of product placement. I was like, Jesus Christ, this is more. I'm not a boy who grew up in the 90s, so I've never seen
Happy
it.
Gilmore has a shitload of product placement.
I'm going to take it that probably wins.
I mean, Wayne's World does, but they're doing it like in your face. Yes, it's
okay. Here's one for Bethany.
Oh, hit me with it.
Josie and the Pussycats.
Oh, probably not more than Josie and the Pussycat.
The best.
It's up there. That's Josie and the Pussycats. That's hard to top for product placement. But I would say I felt like Challengers was truly, it's in the pantheon of like top 10 for sure. I also think, I don't know, Michael's Googling something right now. I also got a kick out of the fact that Universal partnered with the American Red Cross for Twisters. They were like, hey, we realize that people actually are for real affected by tornadoes, and that's shitty. So
we realize that we might...
To make our guilt a little less about making this a fun, action-packed movie, what we're going to do is partner with the American Red Cross. I was like, this is hysterical to me, honestly.
We realize we might be doing more harm than good with this movie.
Yeah, with this movie. We're probably about to go have a bunch of people go chasing tornadoes. So what we're going to do is we're going to partner with the American Red Cross. I was like, this is hysterical to me, honestly.
And first-in-class towing Ford F-150.
And, yeah. So what you're going to do is you're going to buy you an Ford F-150. You're going to buy you a hat. And then the American Red Cross is there for you.
Yeah.
There's product placement in these movies. However, is it as blatantly in your face as the Mattel and Mars Bar Quick Energy Chocobot Hour?
I mean, but who doesn't love the Chocobot Hour? You know who loves the Chocobot Hour?
The Portuguese man of war Aldo Montoya.
I saw his picture and I had to show it again. It pleases me.
And after he has his chocolate, he has to go see the dentist.
The twist on Kane when you did that reveal, I'm still kind of reeling.
What exactly is the Chocobot Hour? It's just an hour of them advertising chocolate and robots.
So the Krusty the Clown ratings were starting to go down, so they needed to come up with a way to have something to make a show on as part of it, like the cutaway cartoon. So they start by doing kids news, but because they want to do something that's informative and entertaining, and they're informed that first they suggest that show, and they say that's barely legal as it is. So they do kids news, and then kids news gets canceled, and they successfully get the Mattel and Mars Bar Quick Energy Chocobot Hour as part of the Krusty the Clown show.
Oh, The Simpsons.
Don't you have an echocardiogram?
Yes, echocardiogram. And that is also the same episode that Homer adopts Mojo the monkey.
Oh God. Which is immortalized on my husband's leg for life.
I have a tattoo of Mojo the monkey for those of you who don't know.
Of course he does.
I need to go back and watch like some of these old Simpsons episodes because it's been long enough that I catch some of the references, but like I forget that some of these things were like the same week.
Right.
Like
so
the
that
plots.
particular one is towards the very tail end of before the Simpsons falls off a cliff. It's one of the last iconic episodes.
Oh
Man.
I think it's season 9, if I'm not mistaken. So it's like towards the end of the heyday.
So right near.
Yeah.
Speaking of iconic episodes, I finally had my friend Austin make his podcast debut on Rob and I's enthusiasm, like overall, like recap. Now that the series is over, like our favorite episodes type show. We went live for like 3 hours on Sunday night. It was great. and Austin made because Rob and Rob had like his like non-podcast buddy, and I had me and my non-podcast buddy, and so Rob was like, "Oh man, what the heck? You haven't had your friend on What the Show yet, or whatever, yada yada yada." And then Austin, my friend, made some comments like really inappropriate at one point. Or like, "Oh yeah, I'll like just go up and like say this to like random people. It's like not appropriate at all." And I'm just like, that's why he's never been on What the Show.
I still want Jacob Whitnaven's dad on here.
Yeah, that we need.
When are we making that for a special, like whatever 200 episode something or other?
Oh, that would be so good.
We still got to write a trivia match and do a Jacob Whitnaven against Moose Haas revenge match.
Can it be all about Twisters? Because I feel
Wasn't
like
it gonna be? Were we gonna do me and Jacob against Moose? Like, see if us two together could like
compete Moose.
It was a two.
That's what it was.
A straight 2v1. Oh, I think Moose had that idea. Like Moose was like, "Let's do a 2v1. You two against me."
I say this with full love to Jacob, but I think you being on the team would help him a lot.
No, like we don't tell Moose, right? In like 6 months from now, we just ask him if he's going to be on, if he can be on random Wednesday. We do it.
Mm.
And every question's about Moonfall.
Round 1, Moonfall. Round 2, Twisters. Round 3, Club Dread.
No,
you know the secret, so start preparing on those.
You have 3 months to know these movies very well.
Very well.
We say it's inner geekdom, but it's like inner geekdom if you are a geek of Martin Scorsese, Three Ninjas, Ninja Turtles, the movie The Rookie, like random Scott Pilgrim. Like
in Club Dread, what drink does Sam Levine order and not receive at the bar scene?
No idea.
We could use that if we were to do the cutthroat thing again. That could be our 25-pointer.
Well, and all I think about is like seconds before that is when they're spraying the super soakers and the one guy yells,
"Oh my god,
pure vodka! The pure tequila."
The answer is Drambuie.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's gotta be the question.
If I had had that fresh in my mind, if I had watched Club Dread like right before going to that spectacular, and I saw because Sam was having trouble getting a drink. I bought him a drink, and that's actually how we ended up talking. But I would have bought him a Drambuie to see if he would have remembered why I bought him a Drambuie.
He just ordered Drambuie?
Yeah, it's funny. You ordered straight Drambuie.
Interesting. I mean, Drambuie is not bad at all, but it's not. I wouldn't just.
I don't mind. I love Rusty Nails. Like I actually.
Sure.
That's one of my favorite drinks. But Drambuie straight is weird.
I'm not looking up what Drambuie is.
It's like a honey liqueur.
It's a Scotch, a Scotch honey.
Let me tell you, liqueur. I've tried a Rusty Nail.
Okay. So
I love the Rusty Nail.
And you're drinking this in a tropical paradise.
Yeah,
that's a weird. Right. You're cold. You're in Wisconsin in January. That's when you order Drambuie.
Yes, he would. We'll be like, this is an impossible question, and PLD will be like, it's Drambuie.
And just completely deflate ourselves.
If we are not at all saying that we are going to do it again, but if we do it again, Paul has to be number 1.
Yeah, not letting that effort come on late.
We'll give Moose a fucking break at something, apparently.
Well, that was supposed to be the theory with Last General Standing, and that didn't work either.
That didn't work either, because Paul came in at like number 9 or something.
Yeah, he was supposed to come in early and lose, and then he...
Right after me and Mike.
Yeah, but y'all killed it. I'm still so pissed that the round after I'm on is a freaking gimme ET question. Forever bitter.
The thing that I hated about that was like I advanced around and then I lost I don't remember what the question was. It was just something I outright didn't know. And But the very next round, if I could have gotten through one more, it would have been me, PLD, and Lucas. And Lucas was hammered that night.
Lucas was trash.
Yeah.
That was some peak pandemic programming right there.
Oh yeah, for sure, and it was great.
That would have been, I mean, getting me, you, and PLD on the same table was a lot of fun. And
Yeah.
let alone me, you, and PLD with Ben and Drew as the hosts at the time. And I went to like multiple overtimes in that, right, Juice? Like it was you and PLD and Smithy?
Yeah.
And
Yep.
you went like you all pushed.
Two. Yeah. Right. We won a couple. All because they asked like a Karate Kid question, looking for how many Karate Kid movies there were. And I think the total was technically 5. But I
Right.
said 4. Not having really any idea.
And this
then
was before
Alex
we were all
yeah,
crazy into
probably meant that there was like you forgot about the Jackie Chan one, so we'll give it to you. And I'm like,
Squeeze it easy.
It's still weird to think that Ralph
Ugh.
Macchio is 31 in Karate Kid Part 3.
I know.
I always I used to say a made up age, and people are like, wait, what? And it's like, no, it's actually 31. But I tell people it was like 37 or something. And it's like, it's funny if I just tell them the real age.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So isn't it crazy though? Like
absolutely wild.
I'm sure you both are aware of this. I know Bethany is now because I told her. The release strategy for the last season of Cobra Kai, it's like, I don't know if I like it like this. I'd rather have it like be weekly or like this 5 episodes every 3 months. I don't like that.
Yeah, I agree. It's a little strange.
well, it
This
kind of
is
worked
a
for
Netflix thing
Stranger
now.
Things.
Yeah,
It was similar.
and they did it with Stranger Things, and now it's like what they do because Bridgerton's doing the same thing. They're dropping the first half of the season, and then like 2 months later, they're dropping the second half of the season. And I was like, that literally was an editing thing. And now Netflix
Right.
is like, we like this strategy, and they're gonna just fucking do it with all
Well,
their
why
popular
don't they
shows.
just release it weekly?
Right.
Yeah, like
That's-
I just don't
that-
understand.
I
How are they
like
gonna
I don't
bring
know
up the
how
last-
they don't understand. Like
I don't
I
know
don't know how
what
Netflix like you build momentum by like getting people to be like, oh yeah, like a weekly watch. Like shows like Ozark never get momentum because they're just dropped, and the
Right.
people that watch it are like, oh, this was great,
They talk about it for a
and
week.
then they move on. Yeah, and then they move on. And it's like
Mhm.
there's no one to be like, oh yeah, that show. Oh, you already watched the whole thing. Well, now you're like spoiling it for me. So like I don't even need to
love-
see it.
I love the
Uh,
binge method, but I do understand how it kind of kills fandoms. Like you don't have that like momentum and that constant buzz.
Stranger Things, Squid Game, Tiger King, and Cobra Kai are like a few of the only exceptions of ones with the binge model that somehow kept people talking about them.
Well,
But most of them just drop and they're done.
Yeah.
I'll say the people are still talking about Fallout. And it's been like a month or
Yeah,
so, a
that's
month and a
true.
half. And the thing about Fallout is, like, opposed to the regular
They all
binge
dropped
model,
That all dropped at once.
Mhm.
I'm on opposite camps.
on Prime.
I haven't heard anything of it.
It's on
Um,
Prime, yeah.
But it was it's one of those things where you can watch, one episode of Fallout a week for 8 weeks, or you can watch 8 episodes of Fallout a week for 8 weeks in a row. That show was very good.
I'm gonna have to go word. I haven't seen it, but I believe
Yes.
that's probably very good.
It all dropped at once.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
some
I
of the
would say
hardest
that's
Walden
probably why
Goggins. has
I
ever
haven't heard
goggins.
anything of it.
He is
Juice
he
is not a
goggins
binge.
so hard.
He's still making his way through Mad Men.
I'm still working on Mad Men.
He's still working his way on Cobra Kai, if I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken.
No. I'm caught up on
The other
Cobra
day,
Kai.
Juice, I
I'll be
told-
there for the final season. I will try to rewatch everything beforehand, but
I told some friends at work the other day about your strat. Well, first I just said Juice because like I'm so used to just calling you Juice. And I go, my friend Juice, and people go, excuse me? And I go, oh yeah, I think it's Justin. We all just call him Justin the Juice or the Juice. And then I was like, he has a whole thing. He says squeeze it easy at the end of our conversation you have with him. And people are like, this guy sounds like an icon. I'm like, you're fucking right, he is. And
This
then
dude sat on an end table.
yeah, you all don't even know that half of it. So then I explained your strategy about how Mad Men's your all-time favorite show, but you haven't finished it. And everyone's like, what? And I'm like, no, there's a method to his madness. I had to explain it. But yeah. So you were discussed the other day at work, and people were very fascinated by you, as they should be, like rightfully so, you know.
I mean, everybody's fascinated by like all of my friends from Virginia at the wedding were like, "Who the hell is that guy?"
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Justin, you come up in like a work conversation or something, or I'm talking with some other friends here, and I'm just like, "What is? You call him Juice?" And then I show him this photo.
Somebody calls themselves the Juice.
It's very glary.
Yeah.
Oh wait, is it me
standing on the porch
on the
Pizza
yeah.
USA?
Yep.
Yeah. I just showed them that picture, and they're like, "I get it."
And they're like, yeah, no, he is the juice. And you're like, right.
And
totally.
the
The
thing
juice
with-
is loose. Squeeze it easy.
And then you tell them like maybe 2 or 3 factoids about you, and they get even more intrigued.
And then I just show people pictures of coconut pea, and I go, this is my friend AJ. People
Legit.
don't know. They're like, yeah.
Yeah. He kind of looks like Bill Paxton.
It kind of looks like Bill Paxton. I'm like, yeah, it's the weirdest thing. He gets that all the time.
And it acts like Bill Paxton.
And I was like, "That's the weirdest
There's
thing."
a watermark on that photo, Bethany.
He's like, no, this is a real photo, my real
It's my
friend.
real
It's my real friend. I didn't make him up. I swear. Y'all, I discussed this earlier I recorded my other podcast, World Renowned Hate Spinnerbait name drop. We made it to 1,200 followers today.
Nice.
But I was actually with my friend earlier, and I was like, I love that I can say the most basic facts about someone, and people are blown away by my knowledge and think that I'm a crazy person. Like today, I said Taylor Swift's full name and her birthday, and people thought I was crazy. And I was like, that's a fucking basic fact. She was the biggest pop star in the world. That's not a weird thing to know. And people were like, it's wild that you know that. And I'm like, do any of you pop culture ever? Do you watch a movie? Do you listen to the music? Like,
We need to get you guys to Wisconsin on a Monday night. So my friend, he's become my closest friend that I worked with at like the fancy wine bar. He had a falling out with our company. He and a buddy bought a bar like in town, basically, and they are like thriving, just like having this just their own bar. It's great. I've worked there a couple times, patroned it a few times. It's fantastic. They're doing like Monday night trivia. Is this random guy comes in and just like he picks different topics, but there's like through lines. So like 1 week he kind of picked like Parks and Rec, and like there were certain like little like different Parks and Rec like cast character like questions throughout,
right.
and then he did like Grey's Anatomy the next week, whatever. Anyways, but like
we would unironically as a 4-person team be very good at trivia.
in general trivia we would rock.
Really rock it. We'd amaze
So-
these people.
We cover a lot of each other's bases.
The bonus round a couple weeks ago was basically to just pick sports teams. Like basically he's like across MLB, NFL, NHL, and NBA. There's basically 12 teams that don't end in S. What are those 12 teams?
Okay, the Jazz, the Heat,
Yeah.
all right,
That's
so I'm
not
gonna
an
go.
NS.
I'm gonna,
Orlando Magic.
oh, yep, there you go. I'm pretty certain the NBA.
I
accounts
only
for
got
good-
Jazz, and it took me like 6 minutes to get Jazz.
The
We got
Jazz-
Jazz, Red and White Sox. That was
Red,
all
White,
my
okay, yep.
That was all my
Yeah.
team got.
Yeah, that's not S.
Give me a minute. I will be able to do this. The Wild. That's the Minnesota Wild.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
That's one.
The
It's all NHL and
The
NBA.
AC Dodger Cup.
There's all NHL and NBA.
Yeah, I don't think there's any NFL.
I can't think of an NFL team.
I'm only thinking of one NBA you missed, but I don't remember the full list. I'm surprised. Like that was impressive. You got Jazz that quick.
This is that's a really good final.
Because- Okay, because Mike, how many times have you seen Celtic Pride?
Maybe twice.
What? That is a Mike Deacon movie. I'm
I've seen
surprised
it.
you didn't make Celtic Pride.
So they're all NHL teams. Lightning, the Lightning.
That's a good one.
Tampa Bay Lightning.
Yeah.
They're not. They don't end in an S.
The problem, the NHL, I would have been good like years back, but a lot of the teams have relocated.
What are the?
So we've got 7 right now, right?
Yeah.
You said Wild
Yeah.
and Magic, Jazz,
White Sox, Red Sox,
Red Sox.
the
Tampa Bay
Heat.
Lightning, the Miami Heat. Lots of Florida.
Heat and
Look at
Lightning.
us. We're like we don't like S's.
Yeah. Screw those S's.
Good.
Yeah, you have 7.
And there's 5
OKC
more.
Thunder.
I can think of
Yeah, you got
Thunder.
Thunder,
Yeah,
the
Thunder.
Thunder. That's a good one.
Good call, AJ.
I have a
Fuck
list.
you,
but
Oklahoma.
it jumps
You
into
Oklahoma.
like other stuff. Those are like definitely the main 8. I'm not sure what jumps into college.
Yeah.
College too?
No.
I was gonna say Crimson Tide.
There's probably something else that's obvious that we're forgetting.
The problem is,
There's two hockey teams left.
2
Oh.
hockey teams left.
I think that's what you need. Yeah.
so it's 10. It's 10.
Yeah.
2 hockey teams left. Let's see if I can get this without.
I'm trying to think of hockey teams. They're all ended S's. Oh, all the ones I'm thinking of, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, just give them to us.
The Seattle Kraken,
They're new. They're newish.
Colorado Avalanche.
The Avalanche I should have gotten.
The Avalanche.
The Avalanche I should have gotten. The
So what's
Kraken.
funny?
I know people tell other people
Kraken.
Colorado.
What's funny is the people I was with. One of them was like, "I think the Sea Kraken is a hockey team," and
Technically, that's
I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah."
Seattle Sea.
And then
Kraken.
our other person like talked us out of it. It was like, I don't think I don't.
But see, this
It's
is
probably the
reason-
Kraken. I'm like, yeah, it's probably the Krakens. And so we erased it
Like, oh,
and lost the point.
And he's like, I told you.
Yeah.
This is a thing though about the 4 of us. Like we do have a wide array of knowledge. Like we've got music covered pretty well and many different genres. We have sports knowledge pretty well. We have movies. We have TV. Like I'm just saying. I'm just
We have
saying
uncomfortable
that, like,
history facts.
I
Yeah.
do think in the average pub trivia we would do pretty well because like
Yeah.
we do have.
We look at a
Yeah.
map every week.
Yeah.
We're looking at
As
it
long
every
as
week,
it's
though. We're good
as
at
long as
geography.
it's not like how is like this one is great because it's true or false, it's multiple choice, it's short answers, and then a random bonus round.
We love
It's
that.
not
It is
like
fun.
tell me how far away the Earth is from the sun.
right.
Right.
The
Yeah, 'cause
specific
that shit I
number.
don't
It's
know.
like,
93 million miles.
but if we had multiple choice,
I
we would
love a
definitely
random
get it.
bonus round.
So if you all
Or true or
remember
false, we would definitely be able to put our heads together. And
previous guest on our show, Francie, used to host pub trivia. That's kind of how I met him. He hosted pub trivia and he hosted karaoke. And I would go with my buddies who were, and all of them were really, really good at history. And that's not my strong point. But then they would ask something about TV or music, and I would be there to nail it. So
Yeah.
very similar situation to here. And I remember one time, it was just me and my roommate Andrew. We actually randomly went to a Hooters one night, and they had trivia, and I'm like, oh, what the hell, we'll play. And we won because I was the only person in the building who knew the answer to this question. I'll see if either of you can get this. I'll be pleasantly surprised if you can. I'm not banking on it. What current? So the way it was phrased, I believe, is the Carolina Hurricanes of the NHL relocated from what city and what were they called previously?
No idea.
AJ, I'm disappointed in you.
Is it Nebraska?
No.
Hartford, the Whale. They only beat Vancouver once, maybe twice in a decade. It's the Hartford Whalers.
Ah.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known that.
And I was the only person in the building who knew that, and that was like the final question. So Andrew and I, who just randomly showed up not prepared to play trivia, won.
It was a good night in that Hooters. Let me tell you.
The only time I've won a trivia was I was with a big group, but like the owner of it was like a coffee shop that would like host random night events where you could drink and stuff. But it was like she asked like random like specific alcohol questions, stuff that like random Midwest people are not. Where's Yingling? Well, no, but like where's Yingling from? Where's Grey Goose from? Like, but like a random Midwest people don't know any of this. So I was like,
no,
Grey Goose is from France. Yingling's from Pennsylvania. Like, yeah, just working in where I'm from. So like we just won because like I was like the only person in the room that got
anything outside of the Midwest.
that
like,
works in the industry. Yeah.
Oh,
it's not a Wisconsin beer question.
That's all they know.
So
it is funny that people from Pennsylvania just really will not drink anything besides Yingling. They come down, they're like, "I'm gonna get a Yingling." I'm like, "Live a little. You're not in Pennsylvania right
Wisconsin
now."
Are like, "What is Yingling?"
They're like, "Oh, that fancy beer."
Yeah,
so
foreign.
Kind of funny
Pennsylvania
trivia story. The day that Tim Tebow got traded to the Jets, I went on a bender immediately. I was off. And I was so upset because I hated Tim Tebow. I just went.
Also, a really fair point.
My phone is blowing up. Everybody is calling to torment me. I go on a bender and we go to trivia. I am hammered drunk before we even get there, and somehow I won that night.
Is this why you love me? Because I'm the only Gator fan who doesn't love Tim Tebow. I'm certain my family is the only ones. We are a rare breed. Everyone else is like, ah! I'm like, fuck that guy.
So another funny trivia game. This is kind of something that circles back. I was talking to Bethany about this actually last week because the NFL draft passed recently, and in the past, like until about like I don't know, maybe like 15 years ago, they used to show the players on the phone before they got officially announced. So like you knew who was getting picked before the commissioner made the pick. So my roommate and I, Andrew, were at Buffalo Wild Wings, and they were playing a game literally that predict the next player and you'd win. So we just waited till we saw the guy on the phone and wrote the name down.
I don't know how anyone else didn't figure that plan out. No, I want to get together and watch Twisters and play trivia.
Yes.
I do feel like
it's my dream now.
A great like what the show, just get together and sit in the room and like get like Trivial Pursuit or something would be a fun night.
I just want to play trivia. I love doing I haven't played pub trivia in a minute, and you know what? I miss it, y'all. I do miss it. It's good times. I'm telling you. Vibes.
Naughty cow, bongo, stone crab, tired of living on land.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which,
yeah, Jack. There was some Twisters discussion tonight. It might have got a little out of hand. It's a new Midwestern religion.
Just so we're all clear, pull the map again one more time. Can we show where the Midwest is? Okay, here's we have the Dakotas, we've got Minnesota, we've got Wisconsin, we got Nebraska, we got Kansas, and Oklahoma. Fuck those guys, and then the rest.
Tired of living on land.
Do we not count?
I haven't seen that one in a long time.
I saw Wallace Shawn die. Wallace Shawn is dead.
For roping. I like that. You're a jabroni. Go ahead.
The sequel to Twister, or as we might call it, The Godfather Part 2.